Good night, trainees.
Good
Good
night.
night.
How are we doing?
Fine.
All right,
Fine.
congratulations on your employment here at Jamaica Biz Docu Center. And I have realized that you are all new recruits, new school leavers, new to everything.
Yeah.
So this training session is to give you some information as to how the Jamaica Biz Docu Center operates, and I hope that after the end of this training session you will be knowledgeable and work to the best of your ability to aid in the organization's goals. Alright, so I've presented a PowerPoint here to outline to you the steps how the Jamaica Biz Docu Center, how it operates. So why don't we get into it? So the first thing you need to know is how to maintain records, right? And the first thing to consider is what type of documents that need to be recorded to maintain. What type of records you need to maintain? Records can be either electronically based or paper based, right? An electronic element and a critical element of record management is to ensure that records maintained for as long as possible. To do so, you have to have them in a secure place, keep them intact, make them accessible and intangible. All this means is you have to keep your records or store your records somewhere where they're not prevalent to every and anyone. So persons can just walk into Jamaica Biz Docu Center and just get your colleague here's information or anything like that. Keep it intact. That means if a customer or even a staff has any confidential information on it, it is legible to see and to understand and accessible. The company can be here and your current files are stored elsewhere. So your current files has to be stored on site. Intangible. This means you can hold it, you can feel it, you can understand what is written on the document. Understand so far, trainees?
Yes,
Yes.
Mr. Rose.
Okay. What objectives does the resources allocation seek to achieve? Resources allocation helps facilitate communication among teams and fosters partnership. A resource allocation strategy allows communication with stakeholders to keep them informed about the progress towards strategic goals. Team morals. Team morals are resources allocation improved employees' engagement and team member morals. Resources allocation allows a more equitable distribution of responsibility so that no team member is overworked. This approach can improve productivity. What this is saying that here at Jamaica Biz Docu Center, we don't assign or overburden any staff with a project. We tend to spread the project around all the team members. Everybody get bits and pieces to do for themselves. So everybody's hands-on on that project where they are in an area where they are competent in doing so. Efficiency. Resources allocation helps team complete a project on time and use all the resources needed to achieve each goal. A solid resource allocation strategy helps project teams avoid mistakes relating to conflict dependency. What this is basically saying is that the team has a project to complete and they have to work in a timely manner to achieve that goal. So have to work to the best of their ability and as effective and efficient as possible. Yes, ma'am.
So, like, if your group gets like a project that is due until February 19, and you have to do it before that time?
So you have to do the project beforehand. So as a team leader can go through the project and make sure that everything is up to par and is done correctly. So if there's room, if there was error made in this project,
can fix it.
Right, it can be fixed.
And
Yes,
you
ma'am.
have to go use like tools they only need for that project that you
Right. Alright. Cost reduction. Effective resource allocation can result in significant cost savings because it increases efficiency, reduces waste, and avoids costly mistakes, setbacks, and delays. Say you have a project, so somebody carrying a project, to the DocuCenter for us to print. We have to have the necessary materials. So if, for example, they want an 18 by 18 document to be printed, we have to try allocate the necessary supplies to do so. So in order in doing that, now we have to know how much it will cost us to get that dealt with. So in a sense, we have the project, which is an 18 by 18, and we buy the supplies, say 20 by 24. And it's going to be done, we're going to do the rest. Suppose you don't have another project in that aspect. So the rest of material will be waste, and we don't want that. We want profits. Okay? How to check the quality and quantity of service agreement. The organization needs to determine the resources required for addressing the quality and quantity for the service being provided. The elements that make up the quality works are accuracy. This means that the work is free from mistakes and it meets our requirement. Anybody understand that?
Oh, so like if you're doing a work and you make mistakes, is it?
It will cost the company, because if you are printing a document and you made an error on that document, it will cost the company or the company's budget to make the corrections.
So if you're working for the government and you make an error, so the government, like, saying that you work for the Jamaican embassy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're working on a project to give to the U.S. embassy. So if you make a mistake on that project, it will cost you a lot, right?
Yes, we have to make the corrections. All right. Efficiency. This means that the work is done promptly and it uses the resources available in the best way possible. Effectiveness. This means that the work achieves its goals and produces the desired result. So if somebody carry a document, come give to you like a picture to print or something, you work to it at the best of your ability.
Also, like if they come to you like they want to be like, say they want to be like a school, they're going to come to you and ask you to make a poster to put around.
Right. So you have to make sure that that poster is free from errors and inks and messes and unwanted pictures. They will give you whatever they want on the document. So you have to work at it as best as possible and as accurate as possible and as fast as possible. So if they ask you to do it in a 1 week time span, you have to work on the project so that you can finish it in that 1 week time span. Understand?
Yes.
Evaluation. With a new project, you need to create a requirement form, identify the skills needed, and estimate the volume of work to be done. What it is saying here is that in the DocuCenter, we normally get a lot of projects to deal with. Right? So what we have to do now, we have to get the required skill set from our staff, the ones who are good at printing, and get them to deal with that project. Yeah, some of them where we have to like engrave carvings and stuff, so we will need persons to do that as well. Precision. This estimates the resources required, calculate the workload of for each stage, or calculate the overall project workload based on the estimate of the project development workload. Reassessment. This reassesses the resources requirement, taking into account changes in the scope and deadline to estimate the adjustment requirement. Estimation. Estimating the time it will take to complete the project. So somebody come at the window and they say to you that, boy, I want to print something for me now. I want them to know the size and the quality of what that they're expecting. And if you know that based upon with gaining experience and knowledge, then you will know now if that work can be, if they say they want it in a day, you can then tell that customer if that work can be done in a day or two, or if not, you explain to them, say, listen, the quality that you are seeking can't be done. Right, so they're going to take a little bit more time. So this is the amount of time to be taken to get the work done efficiently and effectively. So and then you and they will then decide if they will give you the job based upon the time frame. Because some people want to rush work. You understand me? And if you rush the work, it's not going to be done properly. Right.
So it's going to look incomplete and
right, and messy. Yeah. How to communicate faults and risk associated with resources. Effective communication of information and risk associated with hazards and control measures is an essential and integral component within the risk assessment process. As you communicate to different levels and departments in your organization, it is convenient to tailor your message to the ones who receives the message. How often do you communicate with your colleagues? Depend on which colleague. This could be every week, every other week, every month, or quarterly. What this is saying is basically is if you're having an issue, the first person you will relate that issue to is who?
The boss?
Your supervisor. Because we have a chain of command.
Mm-hmm.
So as a new
You have the
staff,
supervisor, Mama?
you are a new staff. So you will report it to your team leader. And if there's not a team leader, then you report it to your supervisor. The supervisor then will return because it's a chain of command, who will then pass on the necessary information. So that supervisor could now pass on the information, whether it depends on the matter, or the situation. Could I do it every week, every other week, every month, or on a quarterly basis. How to report the faults and or risks to the appropriate personnel. Alright, so your supervisor, who can also be the project manager, resources manager, senior leaders, use resource report to inform decision making around resourcing. There are a lot of different reports relating to management. These include resource utilization, resource availability, resource capability, resource skills. And all this is saying is the team leader or your project manager are the ones who inform you about where the goals of the company and the project that the company has. Right? So when they relate these to you now, what they do next to take into consideration is the utilization. Right? So the resource utilization is the measure of how much of the available resources you currently are going to use. It can help the company to plan on how to utilize their resources more effectively to ensure that the company is being productive as possible. So, if somebody comes to the DocuCenter, the Jamaica Business DocuCenter, and they want to print on canvas. Take for example, if we don't use canvas, we are mostly paper-based. We have to utilize what we have. We have to use the paper base and as best as possible. But we explain it to them that we don't use the canvas. We can just get up here, they require canvas, and we just get up and we just do paper base. We have to explain it to them. Okay? Alright, resource availability. This refers to the information about what resources you can use to service projects, when and under what condition. This information is critical because on every project, the ability to succeed depends on whether you have the access to the essential resources and tools. So I go back again. If the person come and they want something to be dealt with here at the Jamaica Business DocuCenter, and so for example it's canvas based again, we have to make sure that we have the availability of the supplies. Right? Suppose we don't have the canvas on hand, we will have to source the canvas where possible. So, suppose we don't have the tools at that time, we have to source the tools.
Maintenance department will fall in right here. You know, don't wait until the machines are broken. So encourage a continuous improvement by providing your feedback. You know, you can probably document like, okay, the machine was serviced this month, so you know probably it needs to service the you service the 20th of this month. You document that and you'll explain to them, so okay, this machine can continuously to service every 20th of each month, you know. So this will prevent regular issues keep coming back, similar issues keep coming back and occurring. By following these steps, you can effectively communicate faults and risks associated with resources and ensure that they are reported to the appropriate personnel for timely resolution and mitigation. So doing this, you will have production going, you will have risk and incidents being mitigating. Highlighting the process for negotiating with others in relation to access the business resource. So you're highlighting the process for negotiating, right? Negotiating access to business resources involves a strategic and collaborative approach to ensure that all parties involved can achieve their objectives. Here is a process for negotiating with others in relation to access the business resource. So in our you're going to get the relevant information about the resource in question. What is it that the resources that you need and the resource that you are going to get, or maybe there's some equipment that the company needs to purchase, right? So you're going to check out get the relevant information in regards to the supplier. Find out if the equipment is available, that which is their availability. Find out what the relevant policies and guidelines you need to use in getting these resources, right? So you're going to do a research, and in doing your research, you're also preparing yourself to get these things, right? Establish common ground. Look for common interest areas of mutual benefit. Emphasize how the proposed access to resource can create value for both parties and contribute to shared goals. So you know you want to be you want to reach your goal. The other party also wanted to reach their goal. So look for common interest. Look on how we can have a mutual benefit. How did the stakeholder will benefit, and how this organization will also benefit. So you understand? So establish common ground. Purpose, a win-win solution, right? Propose a win-win solution. Develop a proposal that outlines how the access to resource can benefit all parties involved. Highlight the potential positive outcomes and demonstrate how the arrangement can be mutually adventurous. So you're proposing a win-win solution because you don't want to do something, you don't want to be on common ground, and when you look out, you are on the losing end and the stakeholder may on the winning end. So you want to propose a win-win situation where they win and you win also. So you both will benefit mutually, and everybody will come out as a winner within this proposal. So you're putting out their positive outcomes. You're demonstrating how the arrangement can be mutual. So it's just like, you're negotiating with somebody in a way where everybody can benefit from the objective and whatever proposal you're putting out there. So you have to know how to demonstrate these stuff, how both parties will benefit, and how everybody will come out as a winner. Effective communication. Clearly communicate your proposal and the rationale behind it. Articulate the specific benefits and outcomes that can result from the proposed access to resources. Right? So ensure that you are communicating. Communication is key. Communicate clearly within your proposal. put out what is the rational benefits and all that you need that is behind it. You know, articulate the specific benefits and outcomes that you want to come out of this win-win solution. Active listening. Listen to the concerns and perspectives of the other party. Understanding their considerations can help you address potential objectives, find common ground for agreement. So listen carefully, right? So you're out there making a proposal, you're doing a negotiation. So don't only listen because you have ears to listen, but listen and understand the concerns. You know, say for instance, you're negotiating a cost of a machine, you know. And you know, sometimes you have a budget that you're working from. So you want to listen the concerns. Say you have a budget of $2 million and the equipment might cost $3 million. And you're negotiating to that person, okay, our budget is $2 million and we understand that the equipment is $3 million, but the stakeholder might be explaining to you the effectiveness of the machinery where they can't sell it for $2 million. You understand me? They can't bring down the price. So you're going to listen to their concern, right? Understand them consideration, although you would want them to consider to say, okay, try to give us for the money that we have in our budget. And then now, in doing that now, help to address the potential objections. So you have to try to understand where they are coming from, where they might be telling you, no, they can't sell it for such price. But at the end of the day, try to find common ground agreement, right? Try to get on the same ground, the same level of understanding. By following this process, you can approach negotiation for access to business resources in a structured and collaborative manner, increasing the likelihood of reaching a mutual beneficial agreement, right? So if you understand, get to your stakeholder and common ground, listen to them effectively, try to come up with a win-win solution and have effective communication, right? Your organizational training plan for new hires. So, this is our organizational. After saying all that, based on, we just give you a rundown of how Jamaica Biz Docu Center operates. So now we want to show you how the organizational training plan for new hires will, how does this look? The people that we have here. We just want to introduce them and let you know who is who and what they do. So our chief executive officer, our CEO, what is that person responsible for? What are their responsibilities, right? So they're responsible for the overall strategic direction and success of the company, right? Our human resource, our HR department, chief human resource officer, that will be the person that I report to. That person manages all aspects of human resources, including hiring, training, and employee relations, right? Our HR manager, that will be me, right? So I oversee the day-to-day operations of the HR department, including new employee onboarding. So that is why today I am a part of this training session to give you a rundown of how our organization run, the things that we do, the things that we do not do. So I oversee the day-to-day operations of the HR department, including new employee onboarding, right? So I oversee everything that operates the HR department, you know, including the finances, including the staff, the safety department as well reports to the HR. So the HR department does oversee almost the entire organization, right? On a day-to-day operation. Operations department, the operations department, the chief operations officer manages the company day-to-day operations, reporting to the CEO. And I'm just giving you the rundown on these personnels. As you go by in the organization, you meet these persons face to face, right? We would have want them to be a part of the training session, but on other circumstances beyond our control, they were not able to be here today. So operations manager, this person is responsible for coordinating various operational tasks, ensuring smooth business process. So operations manager is the person that is responsible for our equipments, the operational task. So this person will go, you can find this person on a daily basis here. You can also report the issues that you have, as I've shown you before, within our organization. You can also find this person to report your risk and issues within the organization. So our training planning continues, right? So the sales and marketing department, our chief marketing officer oversees the marketing strategies and initiatives. Right, so this person oversees the marketing. This person is a part of our where, this person oversees our marketing section, where we helps you to where our money, where our budgets and so on, how to market our stuff, how we spend our money and so on. So a chief sales officer manages the sales team and the sales strategies, right? So this person manages the sale. This person also works with the chief marketing officer, the sales team and the sales strategies. Marketing manager responsible for creating and implementing marketing plans and campaigns. So what this person is responsible for creating the market, our business, our how we get our resources and so on. So the sales manager manages the sales team and ensures sales targets are met. So this person, the sales manager, will go to negotiate with the other parties, our stakeholders, and so on. Finance department. So our finance department, the chief financial officer manages the company's finance. That person manages our money. So the finance manager responsible for overseeing the financial report and budgeting. So this person responsible for our reporting how our money is spent, how our money has been budgeted. So the technology department, the chief technology officer oversees the technology, the infrastructure and the development. So these persons ensure that the computers are up to standard, our infrastructures and developments are working. The IT manager manages the company's IT systems and support. This person also is a part of the technology officer as well. This person works with the technology officer, where they manage the computers and ensure that our systems are up to date working. The customer service department, the chief customer service officer focuses on creating a positive customer experience. So this person works with the customers and ensure that our customers are always happy. Our customer service manager manages the customer service team and ensure customers are satisfied. So you know that these persons are working with our the external part of our organization, right? For new hirees, as for you guys, the new hirees, they would typically report to their respective department managers or team leaders for training and onboarding. Each department will have its own specific onboarding process tailored to roles within that department.